All right, go ahead.
All right, my name is Jacob Baranek, and I'm a student at the University of Notre Dame, senior economics major. And so this is my summer going into from my junior to senior year, and I'm spending about 6 weeks here.
Great, thank you, Jake. All right, well, Jake's here. I'm going to ask him a few questions about his experience with Gaelic football. So, Jake, first of all, what do you think of Gaelic football? Do you like it a lot? Would you play it back in the States if it was offered there?
I think it's a great sport actually to play. It's kind of a combination between volleyball, soccer, football, and a couple other sports. And like it's a very hand-eye coordination game. So I would definitely play it like back in the States. Actually, a couple of the students here actually want to start a club at Notre Dame with Gaelic football, and like they just use a variety of sports. Like to pass, they use like kind of like a technique that they use in volleyball to like bump a pass, and then like for soccer skills, like they have to kick it either below the goalpost, which is 3 points, or above the goalpost, which is about 1 point. But it's just like a variety of sports. I think it takes great hand-eye coordination, and you have to be really physically, fit to play. I mean, it's bigger than a soccer field, so I think the guys there are like in really good shape.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I probably would play it too if it was offered. If that's the thing. I guess next, with Gaelic football being an amateur sport in Ireland, with the players not getting played really, with the coaches not getting paid, and with it basically not being professional, do you think a sport of this caliber in Ireland, do you think the equivalent of that could last in America? Do you think that would be possible with the way our professional sports are run nowadays?
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult question, but like the thing about the sports here in Ireland, and especially with Gaelic football and hurling, like the GAA was started during like kind of like to separate themselves from English sports. So it's kind of developed through like a tradition, and it's basically, you play in your hometown. So like if you were born in Wexford or Dublin, you're going to play for that certain county. And like, not getting paid, like that makes it even better, because I was talking to my professor, and there's no like really big superstars in Ireland. Like they don't blow them up like a LeBron James or a Kobe Bryant. And, I think that makes it even better. I mean, they're playing there. They play, for the love of the game, basically. I mean, I don't mean to sound like kind of just, I don't know, kind of corny saying, but I don't know if it would last in the States just because it's unpaid. I definitely think like maybe at a university level, I think it would be like a club sport almost. But it just goes so far back to like tradition, and it just means so much to them to play for their home county. I mean, I was actually down in Wexford for a game, and I was talking to one of the players' dads, and he said he was so proud of his son for playing for Kilkenny, because that's what he did too. So it's kind of like you start when you're really young, and you kind of have to build up to it. And it just, it's like one of those, it's just very traditional, and it has like a different meaning than sports in the United States. Like it's almost it's a part of their, it's a really important part of their culture, and separating them from the English style of sports like tennis or basketball or just soccer in general.
Yeah.
So
that's great. Yeah, that's the impression I've gotten too from talking to people. So perfect.
And I mean, they're just normal guys too. I mean, you can go up you can go up and talk to them. They're at the pubs after the game having a good time. So it's a much more personal relationship between the athletes here and the fans, which I don't really see in the States at all.
That's great. That's great. Well, I guess too, you saw one of your Gaelic football games at Croke Park. What did you think about that? Getting to watch a game in such a historic location that has been through so much, and you think that added a lot to the atmosphere there? And what did you just think in general?
Yeah, I thought like Croke Park, it's like such an interesting stadium to be in. I mean, during before the right after the Easter Rising, the British authorities came through Croke Park during a Gaelic football game, and actually came in and came in and killed like a bunch of civilians like just watching a game. So it definitely has that that tradition again. I don't mean to sound repetitive, but it's got a lot of history towards it. And we were actually on Hill 16, which it's a hill that was named after the 16 people that the 16 leaders in the Easter Rising. So it kind of it had that historical background, and being that's where all the hardcore fans are, and that's where we learned all their chants. One of their main chants was like, "Come on, you boys in blue," and like it was just very, it was like a family atmosphere, but at the same time, even though the game doesn't mean a lot to them, like for like, even though the game doesn't mean like they don't get paid for it, it means a lot for the fans. That's what I mean by that. But yeah, it was awesome. It fits like, I want to say around like 80,000 or 85,000, which is a pretty big venue. For like, it's the biggest in Ireland so far. But it was an awesome experience. I would recommend it for anybody.
Well, great. That's perfect. Well, thanks a lot, Jake, for your time.
Oh, no problem. Thanks.